Hey my people, what's going on? This is Major, tune to Major TV Let's Talk. I want to talk about the Karen Smith Fields death. If you don't know, I posted an article or story about it, and now having the card to flash across this video. But it's all over the media right now. They talking about how the Bridgeport, Connecticut Police Department handled this case. A young 23-year-old black woman dated a 37-year-old white man. I met him off an app called Bumble, and there was allegedly drugs, alcohol, etc. involved. There was no investigation. There was no arrest. They hadn't contacted the family in 2 weeks almost. It's sad that when something happened to a black woman, how she's not protected, and how, because according to the news report I'm about to drop, because there's a news report on it, and I'm really basically talking about that regarding to the report. He appeared to be a nice guy, the way the police officer told the family. Very disrespectful in the sense of not realizing they're grieving over a lost loved one, that nothing was done. And I wasn't going to do this video because I have so many mixed emotions about it, and the unfortunate situation that she put herself into by messing with these dating apps and then meeting this white man. And this is what happens when you have a black and white situation, and how the police decide to treat you. And I always say black life is undervalued. And I don't want to go over into talking about interracial relationships and so forth, because I do have my opinion about that, but I'm not going to push that out there like that, right? I'm going to just be straight frank about what's going on. Why they haven't arrested this white man? Why haven't they do their due diligence? Sad part in this news article that we're just reporting on this matter is the fact that they had to replace the initial detective or police officer that was on it because he was careless. And the officer that came after him was criticizing how poor of a job he did in investigating this matter. This white man should be incarcerated. He should be locked up like they would do a black person. And this shooter would have, another feat, there would have been a white woman versus a black person. Is different. Like, it's been a white woman, been all over the news. They castigated that black man, etc. And this is why I don't understand why people don't see what's really going on, and we put ourselves in a position of crossing over and just even getting a position like that. And the treatment of this young lady is so unfair. The killing of black women, the trafficking, the kidnapping, you name it. It's sad. And the black men, we as black men, we have to do a better job protecting our women. Our women have to do a better job in making sure they don't put themselves in those positions. We have to protect our sisters. So I'm gonna go and share this this report that I found on the internet, and it kind of it baffled me because I think I did some reporting on it. I don't know if I spoke on it per se, or I dropped an article on it, but I'm gonna have it in the card. Video talk on the way you can see why I had reported on it, so I had to definitely do it again. And I'm trying to be as respectful, but it's hard to be respectful in a situation like this because I can really go in about it, but it don't make no sense if we don't understand that the most important thing is protecting ourselves. So y'all check this reporting on this young lady, Laruen Smith Fields. May she rest in power. Please pray for her family. There needs to be justice in this case. Peace.
Kidnapped death of a young woman, Laruen Smith Fields in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Investigative reporter Sarah Wallace delves into that mystery.
They wanted us to forget about our daughter, their sister, our loved one. They thought they was gonna just throw her away like she was
garbage.
Amid this family's anguish are emotions of outrage and disgust at how the Bridgeport Police Department has investigated the mysterious death of 23-year-old Laruen Smith Fields.
It was careless. It was no concern. There was no care for the family about how we felt, our grief, our pain, none of that.
The I-Team obtained this police report of the response to a 911 call from Lauren's apartment on the morning of December 12th from a white male identified as Matthew LaFountain. The investigator notes he was trembling and visibly shaken. LaFountain said they met on the dating site Bumble, began drinking shots of tequila, and Laruen became ill. That later they played some games, ate some food, and started to watch a movie. He says he carried her to her bedroom and laid her in her bed. He then laid down next to her and fell asleep. He woke up again at approximately 0630 hours, and she was laying on her right side. Blood was coming out of her right nostril onto the bed, and she was not breathing.
The whole day goes by. No police reach out to the family at all.
Her close-knit family says they went to the apartment the next day after frantically calling and texting Laruen and were referred to a Detective Cronin.
They didn't even contact us. They didn't let us know anything. It's crazy. And I'm asking him what's going on. He said she met some guy on Bumble. And I'm asking him about the guy. He was like, oh, he sounds like a really nice guy. He sounds like a really good guy. And he was like, I'll call you back, and just hung up in my face.
They say the detective promised to come by the apartment.
never showed up.
The family says the relationship with police devolved from there. No contact from December 13th until December 29th. They returned to the apartment to clear out Lauren's belongings and claim a new detective came by to say he'd taken over the case from Detective Cronin.
The detective said he effed up, he messed up, he effed Cronin, he messed up, he didn't know what he was doing, he messed up the case.
The family says they provided evidence they'd collected to crime scene investigators who arrived for the first time that day, included a bloody sheet and a pill.
And 2 cups of drinks or whatever next to a bottle. They didn't take none of that. We seen a condom, we seen lube, other stuff in there, and they didn't take none of this.
Sources close to the investigation tell the I-Team the Matthew LaFountain pictured in this social media photo, now removed, was the man at Lauren's apartment. A neighbor at his listed address in Milford confirmed LaFountain's identity, but we were unable to reach the 37-year-old who has not been accused of any wrongdoing. LaFountain's same image appeared under the name Matthew Thomas, now also taken down.
Anyone that genuinely cared and they were there, the last person there, and they know that nothing bad happened, you would at least even reach out to the family yourself. Listen, I know I'm sorry for your loss of your daughter or your sister.
The family's last contact with police was on January 4th at headquarters with their attorney.
What I believe is that the police failed to collect and preserve that environment from the first day.
The attorney has now filed a notice of claim to sue Bridgeport for negligence, claiming key evidence was not initially submitted to the state lab.
I feel like because he's a white guy and she's a black girl, it's just almost like they just thrown it under the rug.
That night she was silenced, so now we are her voice, but we're here and we're fighting for her.
The Bridgeport Police Department did not respond to repeated messages we left about the case, but in previous statements, they've said the investigation is open and active, and that detectives are waiting for a final report from the medical examiner on the cause and manner of death. Sarah Wallace, News 4 New York.